what I'm working on today, just so you guys can know, is I'm working on the other type of hood hinge that we have, or the hood hinge, or hood locking mechanism, whatever you want to call it. This is the other style. This is the style that normally comes with the car. Okay? Now, here you can see a bunch of marks. I made these marks using the hinge itself once I had put it on the hinge bar. Now the purpose of these marks is to tell me where to cut. I'm actually going to cut out here, 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 and here until it looks like this. Now the reason for cutting it out like this is so I can remove the hinge without removing the side panels or the hood or the hinge tube. Okay? I just wanted you to see this. I'm going to clean this up a little bit as soon as I get done with the cutting the other side, and I'll show you how I put the hood hinge tube onto the side cowl. Easy for me to say. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, let me show you where we're at. Now, as you can see, I opened it up a bit more than I thought it was going to happen. And that's not bad. Okay, now, I know what the book says. The book says that you can make this small hole in there, and hang on, I gotta set this up right. Okay, the book says to make a small hole now, and to put the hinge through the hole. I did it this way for a reason. This allows the cowls to be removed, okay, or the side panels to be removed, even with the hood hinge and the hood lock tube in place. Now you can see how it opens and closes. Now the next thing I have to do is I'm going to have to go in here and drill a hole here, drill a hole here, and drill a hole here for the screws that are going to hold this into place. Now, you may be wondering, how did I make these neat holes, or these neat slots? Well, you can make these a number of different ways. Okay? You can use a piece of sandpaper or a rat tail file or even a regular flat file to bring this down, and even a rasp or even, a Dremel tool. Okay? There's a number of different ways of making this. I'm going to show you mine. This is the tool I use. Okay? This is a die grinder. And this, believe it or not, is a tip that's normally used to port heads on engines. Okay? It's very, very fine. It actually will cut cast iron or steel without any problems. I do have a little problem with it. It likes when I do aluminum. When I do aluminum with it, it tends to get clogged, and I repeatedly have to clean it. On fiberglass, this thing is a wonder. This particular bit that I'm showing you right here, believe it or not, I have used continuously since 1986. Okay, I've been using, and this particular bit has built, I don't know, at least 300 or more cars. Okay, I gave up counting after a while. But this is my favorite bit, and I like to use it because of the way it's shaped, and it's actually worn out, which means that it takes me a little while longer to cut things, but I don't chip the fiberglass as much. So if you plan to get one of these, wear it out a little bit, because when you go to use it on fiberglass, okay, if you're not careful, this thing will eat like crazy. Okay, just wanted to show you that. Now I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to put the bolts in it to hold it into place, and then we'll show you the next part of this. Alright? Yeah, give me a little bit. Okay, now let me show you what I've accomplished so far. Now this is the driver's side cowl right here. Okay, this one has the hood lock tube that I like to call the rifle bolt style. I call it the rifle bolt style because it has two bolts that slide in and out, or fore and aft, on the inside of the square tube. And it actually sounds like a rifle bolt when you pull it and release it. Now, here's our hood hinge tube installed. You can see how I tried to match the oops, that's not supposed to happen, but anyway, I tried to match the same screw locations on both sides. Now, there is this one. As you can see, where I would have had the fourth one on the hood lock side, I had a hole. So, basically we have 3 on one side and 4 on the passenger side, which gives us 34. If you it's just a thing, okay? There's nothing to it. But it's important to put 3 on one side and 4 on the other. And the reason it's important to put this fourth one on the hinge side is the hinge side is the one that's going to have the most stress. The lock side is not going to have so much stress. We're just going to push it in. Now, if I wanted to, I could put a screw. Well, I can't put a screw here. Here's why. There's a bolt inside of here, and anywhere from here to here is going to interfere with the bolt's action. That's why there's not a 4 screw on the driver's side. Just a little bit of trivia. This is the way I like to set the things up. Now, the next part is quite simply, we're going to take this piece and we're going to mount it to the underside of the hood. And that's going to require a little bit of measuring and a little bit of fabricating and stuff like that. And then we're going to mount the striker bolts on the hood as well and open and close it a couple of times. But the next part of this process is I'm going to put these on the car. I'll do a little bit of trimming right here on the front. That has to be trimmed so it matches, okay?